Hey guys, it's your boy TRIPLUS, and today I'm going to be showing you the aim routine that helped me climb from the open leagues up to ESL ANZ Champs, the top league in Australia. Having good mechanics is super important, but I think that a lot of players practice their aim in the wrong way. If you practice something the wrong way, you develop bad habits, and those habits can become very hard to fix. You want to develop a routine that has thought and meaning behind it, and that's why I'm making this video, to save you time and effort. So let's outline the whole routine and then we'll get into the details, one by one. We'll start off with Aimlabs. I have a playlist containing Grid Shot, Pipe Reflex Micro, Valorant Ascent Headshot, and finally Spider Shot. I usually run through this playlist a couple of times. We then head into CSGO and load up the Aimbotz workshop map. In here we'll do 100 AK kills while standing, 100 AK kills while counter strafing, 100 M4 kills, and then finishing off with 50 Deagle kills while tracking. To finish off, we'll apply the fundamentals from Aimlabs and Aimbotz into Deathmatch. Here we start with 50 Deagle kills to strengthen our first shot accuracy, and then into 100 AK kills and 100 M4 kills to finish everything off. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I really like Aimlabs mainly as a warm-up tool, and Grid Shot is probably one of the best starter tasks. When you're playing this task though, it's important to prioritize accuracy over speed. Building speed off of accuracy as a foundation is much more effective than the opposite, so try and aim for around 95% accuracy if possible. You can always slowly increase your speed as long as you don't sacrifice accuracy, of course. Pipe Reflex Micro is a really cool task that I use to get used to the micro adjustments in my aim. CSGO has a lot of situations where you're going to need to do a tiny little adjustment in your aim to get on the enemy's head, for example. Again, for this task though, just focus on accuracy and you can slowly build up speed afterwards. Valorant Ascent Headshot is nice because it helps you practice aiming along a horizontal axis. I found this task to make my aim feel a lot less jittery and way smoother in general, and this helps you aim at headshot level and improves your crosshair placement. I like Spider Shot because it helps you aim back and forth between an origin point and a random target. This is really useful in situations where you have to hold two angles on CT, for example, and you have to switch between them every so often. So it builds up accuracy for that kind of situation, which I like. For Aimbotz, I like to cut off 3 of the 4 sides and then make the side that I'm using a little bit more shallow. I also turn on fast respawn here and turn off bullet holes to make the enemies a little easier to see. Since we're using a smaller area, I like to set the bot quota to 8. To do my 100 standing kills, I jump up on this ledge and you can pull up the console and type in +duck. This keeps you crouched so you don't have to hold the crouch key yourself. From here, we just want to tap it between the heads until we get to 100 kills. Now for the counter strafe kills, but firstly make sure you type -duck in console, otherwise you will, just be crouched forever, so do that. For our counter strafe kills, we want to just practice tapping and bursting heads on the counter strafe action. Counter strafing is super important, so make sure you do this part as best you can. For the M4 kills, I like to do a variety of spray transfers, bursts, and taps. I find doing spray transfers to be a very useful skill to build up with the M4. And, if you think about the amount of times you're going to come up against an A-side exec and you need to multi-frag, spray transfers are a great way to do that, so it's super important for CT rifles. Lastly, when we're doing these Deagle kills, make sure you focus on tracking the head for at least 1 or 2 counter strafes. Practicing this mechanic is going to improve your aim so much. It's such an underrated skill to build, and a lot of people do not practice this. So make sure you really focus on being as accurate as you possibly can with your tracking. Let's move on to Deathmatch. Deathmatch or DM is one of the best tools available to you if used properly. When we first load into a Deathmatch, I strongly suggest starting with just a Deagle. Practicing getting headshots with the Deagle is going to improve your first bullet aim astronomically. The most important thing when practicing Deagle headshots is to not worry about your KD or your score or anything like that. Focus on winning aim duels. Do not camp and do not spawn kill. Don't optimize DM for kills, because that's not how it works in an actual game. You're not going to get spawn kills, guys. Deathmatch is so good because it simulates gunfights against real players in quick succession. When doing your AK and M4 kills, try and focus on mechanics that are weaker for you. If you feel like your spray isn't the best, do sprays in every gunfight you take, even if it's long range. Make it a focal point. If you don't get as many headshots as you think you should, focus on tapping and bursting. This is where the routine kind of gets personal to you, so figure out what you need to work on for yourself. I truly believe that if you stay committed and consistent with this aim routine, you will see dramatic improvement in both your aim, but also your confidence in taking gunfights themselves. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.
When we got sticks for real, we looking out for the opposition. We don't do this for mass appeal. Don't make me blast it still. I put in work, no Vladimir. They want me to lose.